Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Vanja Kalpatarupchacha Krupa Sindhupya Evacha Paditanam Bhavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Sarvata Govindanama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda. So with that, we will start and we will continue from what we covered last week. So last Sunday, we were talking about why Srimad Bhagavatam is not explicitly mentioning the name of Radharani as Radharani. Radhika, Radha. So the name is not there, except sometimes hidden, it is coming. But Srimad Bhagavatam is full of Srimati Radharanis. So we saw the reasons why it was purposely blocked. So, but the fact is that without Radharani, there is no Bhagavatam. Entire 10th canto is completely her only. So, but only a Rasika devotee can see. Others have no eligibility or capacity to see her. So that is the thing. So here comes the famous, okay, now this also sometimes creates confusion too. So this is where we really, these are the byproducts sometimes. So the real reason why her name is not there is some solid, strong reason that they don't know. Here comes famous Sri Parambara, who were against Gaudiya worship of worshipping Radharani with Krishna. What can we say? So actually this particular thing, what I am also talking today briefly, is there in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita by our Gurudev. So I am just repeating that, that's all. So here is the history. The deities worshipped by Srila Rupa Goswami was Radha. Who is that? Anyone? So what was the deity that worshipped by Sri Rupa Goswami? Radha Govinda ji, yes. So they were originally in Vrindavan in a beautiful temple with so many stories, 7 stories or something, with red marbles. And because of the arrogant Muslims, the 4 floors or something were demolished, and then Hanuman came into the picture, and then he was shaking, he was shaking the whole building with anger, and then they all fell down and died. So then in that place, of course, we are not really having any real worship, except some deities are now there. But because when these kind of people who meat eaters come to the temple, and then especially in the touch this, all these, then we cannot really worship there. So they're moved out. Anyway, so in fear of these Muslims, they are already secretly moved to Jaipur by the king of Jaipur. So in Jaipur, there were actually many devotees. Actually, it's not only Radha Govinda, but there were other deities also. They are all actually original deities are in Jaipur. So in Jaipur that time there were many devotees under Sri Parambara who were called Ramanandis. There are 2 things, Vadakalai and Tengalai. So they are mostly worshippers of Lord Sitaram. They complained to the king that why you are having Radharani with Krishna? This is not good. This is not our Parambara. Radharani is not mentioned in, Radharani is not married to Krishna. And the name of Radharani is not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is not in Vishnu Purana. It is not in Garuda Purana. All those things they were all talking about. And you won't believe they forcefully removed Radharani from the altar from worship. The king could not do, because king is supposed to be really consulting with his Brahmanas, and the ministers. So he knew that the Gaudiya worship is authentic. But how, but he could not override the arrogance of Ramanandis of Sri Parampara. The king knew about this, the glory of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur at that time. But he was in his old age, mostly unaware of the external consciousness. Because he was always in the deep state in Baba Bhakti. The king wrote a letter to him requesting him to come to Jaipur and re-establish the truth about Radharani and resume the worship of Radha Govindaji along with Radharani's deities, of course. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura received the letter, but he was old, He had to send his disciple, Sri Baladeva Vidyabhushan, at the request of, for the king, because he has requested to really come. So Sri Baladeva Vidyabhushan and one another devotee traveled to Jaipur. There he debated with the Sri Sampradaya and provided so many proofs and from scriptures that they are not aware of. That Radharani must be worshipped with Krishna. In fact, worshipping Krishna without Radharani is like worshipping only Brahman. He doesn't have Sakti. You can worship, that's not a problem. But in the neophytes, that is how they start anyway. But those who are really there in the Gaudiya Sampradaya must worship with Krishna with Radharani. Otherwise, Krishna is Brahman, like Brahman. So he argued that Krishna is the souls for Narayana. He is the souls for Vishnu. And all the avatars and all the Lakshmis are the expansions from Radharani only. He brought so many sastras to the proof. So the Ramanandis, after hearing all these things, were stunned to hear so much of evidence. However, they finally demanded one thing. But how come you do not have Brahma Sutra? Or Brahma Sutra is Vedanta Sutra, another name. So that was written by Vedavyasa as a short summary, like notes of all the Vedas. Baladeva Vidyabhushan told. Srimad Bhagavatam, which we are hearing, is a natural commentary of Brahma Sutra. So what is the need to write another? Because of that, Gaudiya Vaishnavas decided not to write anything. But the Ramanandis demanded to have commentary. Otherwise, they were arrogantly refused to accept Gaudiya Sampradaya as genuine. Baladeva Vidyabhushan said, okay, if that is what is bothering you all, it can be produced by the will of Govinda Deva, same deity. This is what you are seeing. Is the deity, that's Radha Govinda in Jaipur. So Baladeva Vidyabhushan, said yes. If you want, Govinda Deva can really arrange. Just give me some time. Then Baladeva Vidyabhushan prayed to Radha Govindaji to give mercy to write the commentary for Vedanta Sutra. And this Govindaji personally gave all the verses as the commentary, and she was only writing in his room. Night and days, the verses were given by Sri Govindaji to Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushan. Within few days, the commentary was astonishingly completed, because the same commentary by Adi Shankaracharya and Ramanujacharya and all the Sampradayas, they have done. But they, for example, Adi Shankaracharya took so many years to write the commentary for this Brahma Sutra or Vedanta Sutra. So this is he couldn't really, nobody could really believe. So Baladeva Vidyabhushan Prabhu gave it the name Govinda Bhasya. Why? Because Bhasya means who really told. Govinda gave the verses, not me. Because the verses were given by Govindaji, Radha Govindaji, he gave the name Govinda Bhasya. That's what the just first page of that Govinda Bhasya, I'm just putting that in the picture that you are actually seeing here. Okay. And the Ramanandis were so astonished to see the miracle. And along with the arguments and strong debate from Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu, now they all realize their mistake and arrogance and fell at the feet of Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu and begged him to forgive and give reinitiation. We don't want to be there in Ramanandis. We don't want to be in Sri Parampara. Of course, our Gurudev was born in Sri Parampara and then ditched Sri Parampara and then came here because that's Vaiti Bhakti. But Baladev, yeah, and also, okay, there is something to, okay, anyway. So now, so here, when they begged for forgiveness and asked them to reinitiate, initiate into this Gaudiya line, Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu refused. No. Because Sri Parampara is also an authorized Parampara. So, no need to reinitiation. I am not going to give any initiation to any of you. But actually the reason is, unless you are qualified, how can you come to the Gaudiya Sampradaya? It's not possible. That is the thing. Because the Swarupa is different. What can we do? Anyway, so there are a lot of glories of Radharani, which we could not really cover in the Radhashtami day anyway. Also, Durga Devi, the lion rider, worshipped Radharani for millions of years. Then why do people really, do not recognize Srimati Radharani? So Parvati Devi worshipped Radharani for thousands of celestial years to get power. So Radharani is the Adi Parasakti. So every goddess, everybody gets the power only from Radharani. Then why people do not recognize Srimati Radharani as the Adi Parasakti? It is also another reason. Radharani does not want her to be worshipped by these ordinary people. This is another thing that you have to understand. This is deeper. There are so many reasons that she purposely hides from everywhere. She wants only Krishna. Only she wants only Krishna to be worshipped, not her. Look at here now. All the devas, they are all very eager to really get worship. Lord Indra even wanted to really completely destroy the Vrindavan because the Brajavasis did not really worship, Indra. Look at how they are really so arrogant. As soon as they find out that they are not getting worshipped, they immediately try to do so. They become so angry. This is the level of devas. But look at Radharani. No, don't worship me. You worship my beloved. Where all the worship should really go to my beloved. Who is Krishna? He is everything for me. Don't worship me. So look at the quality of Radharani. She does not want her to be worshipped, but because she wants only Krishna to be worshipped, not her. So she is very different from other goddesses. We can never please her by worshipping her separately. This is another reason. Never ever worship Radharani separately. But there are somebody who claiming that they really came from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all those things. They are actually, claiming that Radharani can be worshipped separately. No. Radharani can never be worshipped separately. Instead, by worshipping Krishna, actually she becomes happy, in fact. There is another hidden addition to worshipping Krishna as well. But why then we are bringing Radha Krishna together? This is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because we are under the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without Radharani, how can that be any deity for us? So there are a lot of things intertwined. So we worship Radha and Krishna together. So both are happy. In fact, when we worship Radharani along with Krishna, Krishna is also happy. So we are making both of them happy. It is also said, Devi Bhagavatam, it is said that all these things I am pulling from the Devi Bhagavatam only. Lakshmi Devi worshipped Radharani to serve in Vaikunta planets. So in fact, Lakshmi Devi came from Srimati Radharani. But can this Lakshmi Devi ever participate in rasa dance? It's not possible. It is not possible to really see even the rasa dance, and that is why this Lakshmi Devi, even though she's Amsa, and he's an expansion coming from Radharani, Mahalakshmi cannot really see the Rasa Leela. She is still, she asked Krishna, oh, please allow me to really see your rasa dance. He said, oh, my expansion Narayana is your pati, so why are you coming here? And now gopis are really so higher than you, because you deal with all these, the treasures, money, and these everything. Lakshmi, Chanchala Lakshmi is now none other than the money only, wealth. No, you have no way of coming to me. And she's still in tapas. She's doing tapas in the place called Belvana, outside the main Vrindavan area. Belvana. She's still there, but she is not able to see no way. It's not possible. It is also said in the Devi Bhagavatam that Saraswati Devi also performed thousands of years meditating on Srimati Radharani to get wisdom of Vedas and assist Lord Brahma to do the creation work. So in fact, every Saraswati came from Srimati Radharani. How? First from her tongue of Radharani came Divya Saraswati. That Divya Saraswati is the one who really gives spiritual knowledge. That is why Cheto Darpanam Marjanam Maha. So there the Divya is actually this Divya Saraswati. Her consort is Nama Prabhu. So here from the Divya Saraswati comes all this Saraswati one for each of Brahmandas. How many Brahmandas are there? Unlimited Brahmandas are there. How many kinds of Saraswatis are there, as I said? Divya Saraswati. And okay, who came from the tongue of Srimati Radharani, and then from her came all the other Saraswatis. Right? And from Radharani also comes Mahalakshmi. We haven't talked about just Lakshmi. Lakshmi is that they are a consort of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, because we have one Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu in every Brahmanda, like we have one Brahma in every Brahmanda along with Saraswati, one Saraswati. Now, here Mahalakshmi is not really related to the Lakshmi. Related means the Lakshmis came from Mahalakshmi in a way, but Mahalakshmi belongs to Vaikunta of Sriman Narayan, not Vishnu. So from Mahalakshmi comes all the Lakshmis, but where Mahalakshmi comes from? He comes from Radharani. So indirectly all Lakshmis come from Srimati Radharani. Similarly, Durga Devi, Parvati, Kansata, Sadasiva, everybody they all worshipped Radharani. So we have seen from the Shastric evidence that now Parvati is not the Adiparasakti, because she received Sakti from Radharani. Durga Devi is not Adiparasakti, because she received Sakti from Radharani. Mahalakshmi is not Adiparasakti, because she received Sakti from Radharani. Only Radharani is the ultimate source, and there is no one else above her. So Radharani is the Adi Parasakti. And again, as I mentioned, never worship Radharani separately. Now today, let us move on to another topic in Srimad Bhagavatam. The beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam is that it is based on questions and answers. Parikshit Maharaj was asking questions, and Sukadeva Goswami was giving answers. Okay. Yes, so Parikshit Maharaj was asking questions and Sukadeva Goswami was giving answers. Later the rishis of Naimisharanya are asking questions to Suta Goswami. That is why in Srimad Bhagavatam, he says, so and so said, then so and so said, then so and so said. It is, if you know the whole structure of how this narration have happened, then you will be able to understand what exactly the details about it. So actually the original Srimad Bhagavatam is eternal. As the Leelas of Lord Krishna are ever going in his eternal abodes. But Lord Krishna appears in every Brahmanda too, in the material worlds, in one planet or another simultaneously. As there are unlimited material universes, there are unlimited pastimes going on. So this is why when a devotee comes to a stage where that devotee is Siddha Deha is now ready to really go to Goloka, it will be given chance to be really participating in one of the Leelas or some of the Leelas where Lord Krishna is right now actually is performing somewhere in the universe. So now how can we understand? His Leelas are very difficult to understand. Even Lord Adi Shesha, who is Lord Ananda, with millions of mouths is not able to narrate the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Manuhu Swayambur Bhagavan Bhavasya Ye Anye Tapo Jnana Vishutta Sattva Atrishta Para Apiyan Mahimnaham Suvandi ato tuatma samam grini mahim. Dear Lord, even great yogis and mystics who are very much advanced, as well as great personalities like Manu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, cannot fully understand your glories and potencies. This is very important sloka. So nonetheless, they have offered their prayers according to their own capacities. That's all they can do. Nobody can actually understand your glory. In the same way, we, although much lower than these personalities, also offer our prayers according to our own capability. Why is Lord Krishna coming down to enact his Leelas in every universe? There are three reasons, they say. To enjoy with his dear devotees is very important. And to attract the sattvic souls, not everybody, sattvic souls, to spiritual world. And to kill demons and establish dharma, that is only byproduct. So this is the real order of importance. So he wants to enjoy pastimes, leelas with his devotees. So that is why he brings gopas and gopis and all those, then other devotees also can join, as I mentioned there, because when a devotee really gets advanced and when the Siddha Deha is manifesting, he will be given chance to be born, in a universe where Lord Krishna is performing his leela right now. That is first. Then to attract the sattvic souls to the spiritual world, and then to killing the demons is only Vishnu's job. When Krishna comes, of course, Vishnu is also in his body. So Krishna is not killing big demons. So, he has nothing to do with killing demons. Only his form with Vishnu is the only one who is killing the demons, not Swayambhava Krishna. So the Leelas are the pinnacles of the dissensions of Bhagavan Krishna. The devotees who have obtained Bhava Bhakti can also enter into these Leelas. Remember, like I told you, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, in his old age, he was immersed only in Bhava Bhakti, because only those who really are out in the consciousness, material consciousness, will be will be interested in, bringing devotees, this, and teaching them, preaching them, feeding them. All those things are actually the material, dimension. But this Baba, when a devotee gets into Baba Bhakti, he has no interest in preaching, no interest in really taking, even assisting anyone, because by his grace, his disciple will be automatically growing. That's not a problem. That is Krishna will take care. So what is important is one has to get into the Baba Bhakti. But Baba Bhakti, if one has to get, you have to renounce everything. You have to be pauper. You have to be on the street. I will tell you, literally I will tell you. I have a job, I have to do. Baba Bhakti is not going to come. I have to give everything. Whatever I have, everything, you just give it out. And you be on the street, literally on the street, not a comfortable home with so many anarthas here and there. Bhava Bhakti cannot be obtained. Wherever you run, it's not going to come. So anyway, these Bhava Bhaktas are always seeing those leelas. Not only seeing the leelas, but also in the trance, they can participate in the leelas. Our acharyas, like as I mentioned, Vishwanath Chakravarti, at the end of their lives, you see what they did. Did they do preaching? No. They completely lost interest in all these external consciousness and anything to do with anyone else. Only serving this Radha Krishna Yugala. They have no connection with anyone in the material world. That is Bhava Bhakti. No more seva, no more preaching, or no more writing books, only immersed in Manasa Seva. Actually, here is a small incident I can mention there. I believe that's with the Srinivasa Acharya. Maybe Pradyumna Prabhu can really, maybe he can highlight. In his later years, he was not attending the deity worship in his own home. He won't show up. He was always sitting idle as if he lost in something. His consort, of course he had a consort, his wife was complaining. Why are you not coming to the Mangalarati? Why are you not even honoring Prasadam? What happened to you? No answer. Every day same thing. Then one day, he finally answered to his wife, see, I am with Radimanjari helping Radha Krishna in seva. This seva has no ending. Why are you disturbing me? Look at that. He could not even attend any of those. No deity worship. Our Gurudeva came to give this kind of bhava. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give this bhava. They did not come to give Vaikuntha Bhakti. But even in Gaudiya Sanghas, people are talking about all this Manjari Baba, this Baba, that Baba, all those things without realization. Without realization, they really read and then no effect. Only they do aparat. We see only Vaikuntha Bhakti. Out of the Vaikuntha Bhakti, and working for names and fames and everything, they bring in all kinds of these rasa tattvas, and then they are actually putting out on the street, just like a normal, common commodity. This is dangerous. So what is important is not to understand the rasa tattva. It is to really have the rasa in your heart. That is what is more important than reading and then. No. Reading and posting is all superficial. This has nothing to do with developing your Bhava Bhakti. You are trying to really save something, and you are having a material consciousness to really reaching out so many souls. No, because for that some other people, other arrangement will be done. If Paramatma thinks that this soul has to really come to some guru, they will automatically come. But we have to take care of ourselves first. So this is very important. We have to develop the Bhava Bhakti. This should be our super goal. Now coming into our Srimad Bhagavatam, We are now touching the Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, first chapter, questions by sages. You all must have heard about two great forests where rishis lived in Vedic times. Dandakarunya, that is associated with Ramayana. Naimisharanya, here this Bhagavatam is related. So the Bhagavatam starts with the questions by the sages in the Naimisharanya forest. For that we have a flashback. Desiring to perform 1,000 years yajna to nullify the effects of Kali Yuga, the sages of Naimisharanya forest asked 6 questions to Sutta Goswami. This is how the Srimad Bhagavatam, what we have, is starting. Because the original Bhagavatam, that was really that Veda Vyasa wanted to manifest, could not be manifested because of it could not be written by Ganapati, Lord Ganesh, due to whatever the problem there. But then, at the time when Sukadeva Goswami was narrating that to Parikshit Maharaj, it had to be done only 7 days, within 7 days, and also Radharani's name also was not given. And there Sutta Goswami was there. He was actually disciple of Sukadeva Goswami. He heard and he was taking notes and everything. Notes means they really use their own brain because their own memory is so strong. So that is why the one that we have is this history is related to that. Because they all knew that, now Lord Krishna has really gone. And now the Kali Yuga has started. This Kali Yuga has the worst effect on human beings, everybody. So we have to do something to really save these humans, all living beings. So they said, we'll go with the yajna. This is the Madhvacharya Parampara. This is what they normally go. But yajna is not supposed to be done in Kali Yuga. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, 4th verse is saying, Naimishe animisha kshetre rishayak saunakadayaha satram swargaya lokaya Sahasrasamam asata. Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by the sage Saunaka Rishi assembled to perform a great 1,000 years sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. So this Naimisharanya, there were actually in Dwapar Yuga, there were 88,000 rishis or something like that. But there are 2 Naimisharanyas. You have to understand that. One Naimisharanya is in Uttar Pradesh. This one is the axis of the material worlds of our Brahmanda. The Naimisharanya in Navadvip is the axis of the spiritual world. There are 2 things. How will you know all this? So Srimad Bhagavatam is the fruit that is important, not the skin, as the histories, these, everything, all the things which we are just hearing for a moment. It is the Bhagavatam is, you have to taste the fruit. We do not eat the skin, but only the fruit. So this Naimisharanya in Navadvip, quickly I will just go through that. Just as Naimisharanya in the Uttar Pradesh is considered as the axis of the material universe, Naimisharanya in Navadvip is the spiritual axis, which is higher than. So the sages who are invisibly present here are always absorbed in hearing the stories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Naimisharanya of this Navadvip. It is said that in Navadvip, the Dharma Mahatmya, it is said that if someone reads the Puranas here during the month of Kartik, he can immerse himself in the Leelas of Gauranga and easily reach Vrindavana. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays There on the bank of Gomati, in Naimisharanya, the rishis are listening to Gaura Bhagavatam. So there is another Bhagavatam called Gaura Bhagavatam. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Whatever we got is just one manifestation of the eternal Leelas of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Shiva saddled on Lord Brahma's swan, his Hamsa Vahana, and he was really, just going to really hear these Gaura Bhagavatam. Will the time come when I am wandering through this forest, we'll listen to Gaura Purana? When will the time come? Anyway, on the day of Ekadasi, of the holy month of Kartika, on the bank of Gomati, I will hear stories about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyway, he is writing like this. But anyway, so now get back to the other Naimisharanya, Uttar Pradesh. Even though this Naimisharanya is more related to our Bhagavatam, there is also a relation to Lord Rama. So, the sages told Lord Ramachandra when he really visited here. Okay, actually Tantakaranya forest is now connected to Lord Rama because that is where these rishis actually after seeing Lord Rama, oh, we want to be the consort of you, we want to serve you. So then Lord Rama said, in this incarnation, I have only one consort. So now when Krishna comes, that time you will be born as Vanachari gopis, and then you can actually have relation with Krishna that time. So that is a story that many of you all know about it. But here also, once the sages told Lord Ramachandra, you must perform yajna in order to atone for the sin of killing Ravana. Who was originally a Brahmana, no? Ravana is actually was a Brahmana. So that was another reason he also worshipped Lord Shiva in the Rameshwaram before the war. Because killing a Brahmana is very high sinful. Because Lord Rama is in the manifestation of like a normal human. And he that way he was also asking permission from Lord Shiva to kill his disciple, who's Ravana. So even though sin cannot touch Lord Rama, but in order to please the sages, he performed a great sacrifice in Naimisharanya. At the end of the Dwapar Yuga, thousands of sages, as I mentioned, led by Shaunaka Rishi, wishing to offer continuous fire sacrifice that could withstand the influence of the advancing Kali Yuga. They all went to Lord Brahma and asked, where do we perform this yajna? Which is the right place to really perform this yajna? Which place will have greatest effect? And Lord Brahma told them, I will make a disc, a wheel, and I will roll it out. You all just follow where it goes. And what the place it touches on the earth, that place you do the yajna. So actually the disc actually hit the ground in the Chakra Tirtha, the area in Naimisharanya. And then it broke through so when it was coming rolling down, it was broke through the outer shell of the earth and rushed down to the ocean of Garbhodaga. The sages were worried that if it hit there, it is going to really make a lot of, it will devastate the earth. So they all went and asked Durga Devi, is the goddess of material nature, for help. And Durga Devi said, yes, no problem, I will be able to absorb this effect because it is in my control. Durga Devi is the controller of all the Jada Lokas. Anyway, so she prevented a disaster and a well was formed at the place where the disc fell. It is said that it does not have a bottom. What you are seeing is the same thing in Naimisharanya, that Chakra Tirtha. It is said that it does not have a bottom. All attempts to explore its depth ended in failure only. So this is mysterious. Why scientists are not really interested in doing it? Because there's no money, no profit. But anyway, somebody tried and there was no way. So the sages, satisfied with the outcome, they proceeded to the sacrifice, which lasted several thousand years. Actually, they say that they are still invisibly present in this place. In this great gathering, the Puranas and the most amazing of them, Srimad Bhagavatam, were narrated. We are getting into that now. There is also another story about. I am not going to go through all the other. This place is also one of the 108 Divya Desam. In the Nalayara Divya Prabandham, by the 12 Alvars, written, this is also written as one of the Divya Desam. But anyway, let us not worry too much about the Vaikuntha side. So this temple is counted one of the 8 temples of Vishnu that self-manifested. Here the Vigraha of Vishnu is self-manifested. So it is classified as Swayam Vyakta Kshetra. And also this holy tank, Chakra Kunda or Chakra Tirtha, Chakra Kunda, is associated with the temple, and it is a pilgrimage center where a lot of people come and then take dip, during the festival times, etc. So there is also another story there. One story I will tell you. Indra, the king of the Devas, was once driven out of Indraloka by an asura named Vritra. Indra, who lost all hope of recovering his kingdom, went to seek the aid of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu revealed to Indra that only the weapon made from the bones of the sage Dadichi would defeat Vritra. Indra and all the other devas went and then asked Dadichi and asked him to die. Yes. Indra asked the sage to die for his benefit. Look at here how devas are really so selfish. And people are trying to go for heaven. It's all heavenly places, heaven. This is how the Indraloka is, full of selfishness and enjoyment only. What a shame and what a shame. But Dadichi was very noble. And accepted the request by Lord Indra. But he wished that he had time to go on a pilgrimage to all the holy rivers before he gave up his life. Indra then brought together all the waters of the holy rivers to Naimisharanya, thereby allowing the sages, to have his, that sage to have his wish fulfilled without a further loss of time. So this Dadichi is then said to have given up his life by the art of yoga, and then the Devas made the Vajrayudha from his spine. This weapon was then used to defeat the Asura, allowing Indra to reclaim his place as the king of the Devaloka, the king of the heaven. It is believed that the forest still has Lord Vishnu and all the sages as now. Yes, we are going to spend some time to see the questions. What are the questions they are asking? Then at the end, we'll sing a bhajan. So let us go back to the Bhagavatam. So the sages in the Naimisharanya forest decided to perform yajna for 1000 years to nullify the effect of Kali and save the people in Kali Yuga. So for this special occasion, of course, they were all doing yajna. We heard about that. And they invited Sutta Goswami because they came to know that, he is a very, very advanced sage. Because he was a disciple of Sukadeva Goswami. And they wanted Sutta Goswami to be the head of the yajnas. One day after finishing their morning duties, the rishis offered a Vyasasana. They built a Vyasasana to Srila Sukadeva Goswami. And Sutta Goswami, as per the invitation, he really came here. And they all received him with great respect. They all said, "Oh, respected Sutta Goswami, you are completely free from all vices. You are well versed in all the scriptures for religious life. And you are very expert in all the Puranas as well. For you have gone through them under proper guidance and have also explained them." So now they are asking, Submissively they are asking his questions one after another. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way as what is the absolute and ultimate good for the people. Please tell us what is the absolute and ultimate good for the people. Question 1. Then they asked, O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men always, people almost always have only short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. You look at here, this is the situation. So actually in this age, people are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also many different types of sense gratificatory diversions such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, stock market, so many things. Nowadays, people don't think that if a day has gone without the stock market, how it's going, you're doing that one day, they get headache. This is a typical Kali Yuga is actually worst cases. In this age, many corrupted people manufacture their own religious faiths. That is why so many religions have really popped up like the mushroom, which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions and kill innocent animals and eat the flesh, thinking that it is a religious activity. So consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried on. The people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of the body also. They die early. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. No faith. People, especially the men, are no longer interested in spiritual values. That is why if you see that, who normally attends all the Harikatha? It is actually women, ladies. Men, their thinking is different. So anyway, for the maintenance of such material civilizations, people have formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups and countries. Yeah, we see that. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. So they were asking. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them there are many prescribed duties which can be learned only after many years of study in the various divisions. Therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures. We cannot really read all the scriptures. Please explain what is good for all the living beings, that by such instruction our hearts their hearts and our hearts will be fully satisfied. Oh, again question. All blessings upon you, O Sutta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. O Sutta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Please explain to us about those teachings imparted by previous masters, acharyas. For one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. So Mahamantra is superior. O Sutta Goswami, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. So the sin by by the kanjas can take the sin only after prolonged use. So, but Mahamantra and also association with the devotee of Krishna immediately takes out, cleans all the sins. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the sages, age of quarrel? Who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narada Muni sing of them. Please therefore speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventures he performs in his various incarnations. O wise Suta Goswami, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Godhead's multi-incarnations, such auspicious and adventures of the wonderful pastimes of the Lord. And we never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with Him relish hearing His pastimes at every moment. This is where we have to go. So we have to get this Lord Krishna who is in Goloka, not in Vaikuntha. So this is this is what we have. So Bhagavatam, what is the core to 10th topmost, that is the Kanda of 10, is about whom? About Krishna, not about Narayana, not about Vishnu, not about Shiva, nothing. So this is where we have to concentrate. And yes, now this time I am asking our Padagiri temple, the children are ready to really sing a bhajan for us. And here you go. Badagiri temple, are you ready to sing this No to Vaikuntha? No to Vaikuntha. Okay, no to Vaikuntha, never to Vaikuntha. Only Goloka, Krishna, only to Goloka. In Vaikuntha, I cannot play with you. I cannot laugh with you. I can't eat with you. In Vaikuntha, I can't dance with you. I can't joke with you. I can't run with you. But in Goloka, I can play with you. I can laugh with you. I can eat with you. In Goloka, I can dance with you. I can joke with you. I can run with you.
Adharam madhuram badanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram adharam madhuram badanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram madhuradipatirakhilam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram madhuradipatirakhilam madhuram vachanam madhuram charitam madhuram vasanam madhuram vanitam madhuram vachanam madhuram charitam madhuram vasanam madhuram vanitam madhuram charitam madhuram ramitam madhuram madhuradipatirakhilam madhuram charitam madhuram ramitam madhuram madhuradipatirakhilam madhuram venur madhuror renur madhura panir madhura pado madhuro venur madhuro renur madhura panir madhura pado madhuro nityam madhuram sakhyam madhuram मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं नित्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं पूतं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं पूतं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपते दखिलं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा इतै गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल इतै गौर हरि बोल इतै गौर